Mr. Beaks, you've been cooped up in your office for days, sir. Do you still want your 7 p.m. takeout pad thai?
No, I want him. And the spring rolls. Bring me the spring rolls.
This guy again. Well, we just recently dealt with a baddie that had a horrible plan with bouncing around over the city of Youngberg, and I do now understand that apparently it was referencing the Gummy Bear show, but still, her plan sucked. Okay, now we have to deal with a complete jerkwad that honestly has a pretty nice plan and apparently does have the brains to invent his very own tech. But yet he spends most of his days plotting to con others instead of becoming some sort of robotics expert himself. Look, I freaking hate Mark Beaks, and this episode just stabbed that nail in the coffin for me so well this time. There's no going back on my thoughts about him. He obsesses over memes, he's a man-child, he's manipulative, and most of all, he cares for no one that doesn't endorse in his products. Alright, so Gizmoduck in this episode was controlled by Fenton, the intern, while the central processing unit would be powered by a light bulb computer chip. They later on replaced the processing unit with the actual brain of Fenton, so that way the original unit would no longer get overheated, because before then, for some darn reason, it wasn't able to multitask. Sounds like to me he just needed a better CPU in there. Perhaps the one he was using originally didn't have multi-threading. But nope, apparently it's his entire brain. And speaking of that, I am still not too sure as to how Huey would know how to connect wiring perfectly through anyone's central nervous system. And yeah, I understand perfectly well, he's supposed to be basically the genius of this entire show, but come on, that smart, really? It's not like he's freaking Dexter or not even Dipper was that smart. Unless there was a chip in the back of the suit's neck like Dr. Octopus, then yeah, then I would believe you, pal. But this is just, wow, I mean, he might as well be a doctor that works on people's, brains. I mean, he could have killed him, when you think about it. Alright, well, forget about it, I digress. Now let's get back on track with this guy again. Oh god, he's even irritating when he dances. One thing I didn't know about Mark was the fact that he had capabilities to invent some of his very own tech. I mean, sure, he made his own buddy system light bulb, but come on, his own tech that allows him to control the entire Gizmo suit? Wow. I mean, think about it. He managed to make some sort of tech that allows the Gizmo suit to all come to him as if he's Iron Man. And, oh yeah, there's also this sequence. Alright, dude, stop. You're ripping off Star Versus, or stop Star Versus, you're ripping off The Amazing World of Gumball. Wait a minute. Oh. Okay, everyone, stop referencing Sailor Moon over and over again to become a meme. Anyways, I just love how inventive he can be, but decides to instead steal other people's work. There was even an app that he made up, and he called it Waddle, which reminds me of good old Waddles. The app allowed Beaks to prevent Gizmoduck from saving others that didn't have the Waddles app, which kind of reminds me of certain companies that force you into downloading their app for certain functions. Just like how Snapchat won't allow you to freaking message anyone unless you specifically have the app. One thing I almost forgot to mention were Fenton's words before the Gizmoduck robot activates. His words are blathering blatherskite, which according to the wiki is also a catchphrase his mother uses. However, one thing from the original that they definitely didn't keep in there was the R symbol that originally stood for Roboduck, but the reboot just gets straight into the labeling it as G. I mean, it's not a bad thing, I just wanted to mention the differences. Well, in the end, the old Gizmoduck suit gets trashed, so it's later replaced with an upgrade that gives Fenton access to transform into robot form simply by saying his catchphrase and carrying around the helmet only. And none of this seemingly would have happened if it wasn't for Scrooge finding out about the situation and finally chipping in to pay Fenton. Or at least I presume that he's going to be paid for all of this. I mean, Scrooge did technically say that he was going to be working for him, so Come on, give him some kind of payment. And even beforehand, I understand that he was an intern, but he's working for a billionaire's incorporation. Are you serious right now? Not a single penny? So in the end, the suit officially is able to function using the brain functionalities through Fenton. Sorry, I forgot his name. And honestly, every single time I keep saying Fenton, I'm thinking of Danny Phantom, so just ignore that, I guess. Well, that just about does it for me when it comes down to this episode. I knew that this episode was going to be great because of Gizmoduck, and he's such an iconic character as of what I've been researching lately. And now, without a shadow of a doubt, I hate Mark the most now. Anyways, besides all of that, I hope you all once again enjoyed this video. Sorry it took me a while. I'm sorry for it taking a while for the most previous videos. I know I've been late, but I'm trying to catch up. And just like I should be saying in all of my videos, thank you all for your support and sticking with me throughout all these years. And soon we're going to be having some different content coming out. I'm trying to stay consistent with all of my uploads, but at the same time, I'm trying to make sure I don't keep uploading the same thing over and over again. For example, DuckTales analysis videos. And trust me, like for example, this coming week, I'm gonna be having way more content than just DuckTales, and there will be more diversity. So without further ado, I'll catch you guys until that video happens, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!